Today, we are going to make some grass. No, I'm not in Colorado, so it's not going to be that kind of grass. It's our techniques that are so simple and sensible, your mowers have practically built themselves. Welcome back, folks. It's Mad Dog Merv, and here we are with part 2 of the Space Alien project for the front yard for Halloween. And as you saw in part 1, got all the materials together, learned how to cut and all that kind of cool stuff, and start putting everything together so that it looked like an actual personage. And today we're going to go into finishing that up, finishing up the painting. So stick with Mad Dog Merv, and we'll show you the good, the bad, and the ugly of putting together these little space aliens. All right, so I'm still letting this sit here. I've got my nice Oktoberfest Stein, just kind of holding him into place. I think he's going to work out. Okay, so for his fingers, these are 1.3 inch by, I don't know, 1.3 inch little styrofoam balls. And I think I'm going to give him 3 fingers, so that ought to be fun. Well, I should say fingertips, because the fingers themselves, I'm going to use some green pipe cleaner. And I'm just going to twist the pipe cleaner. Okay, twist it together. I've determined this is going to be the size that I want. So I'm going to cut a couple of these. I'm going to take one of these. This is what, a 2-inch? 2.8 inch, so almost a 3-inch ball. And we're going to try and cut this one as straight as we can. Fortunately, it's got a line, so it's pretty easy to see. Cool. Now, one problem, see how nice that turned out? One problem is the hand's a little bit big. So I'm going to mark on the back side here where the noodle comes to. Like that. And now I'm just going to cut it on an angle. Didn't work out too good. Yeah, leave it to me to not be able to cut a straight line, I'll tell you. Holy moly. Poor little alien dude. I have some malformed hands here because of me. Alright. You get the general idea. See if I got my glue ready. Looks like my glue is good to go. I'm going to take end of a brush here, poke 1, 2, 3 holes. 1, 2, 3 holes. And we're going to put some goop in. Twist that around a bit. I'm going to cut one more. We'll be right back. Okay, the fingers are in place. Now what I did, I went ahead and pre-painted these, but I did the same thing. Poked a hole, put some glue in it, stuck them on top.
So now I'm just going to paint the hand so that the hands are ready to go onto the arm. Now the color green that I'm using, it's just some Craft Smart paint. Apple Tart is the color that I'm using. Kind of reminds me of Sublime Green. Yeah, leave it to me to paint it a Chrysler color. Or a hot rod color, I should say. This is a project to do with the grandkids, because some of this more rudimentary painting they can easily do. It's funny, you see other videos of people, building projects like this, and you'll see a really nice big, they'll either do it outdoors at some table they've obviously set up for this, or they do it in like the garage and set up a table for something like this. I don't have that luxury. I have the doghouse. So this is what you get, folks. It's pretty cramped in here, but with this big old alien, but hey, that's how it goes. Okay, I am going to show you the ray gun next. Okay, so I got this from the Spirit Halloween store. Yeah, oh yeah, it works good. So it was, I don't know, about 15 bucks, I think. You could use a lot of different things. You could use a wooden pistol. You could, whatever you want to do for a, if you want to do a ray gun. You don't have to, but I thought it would be fun. Sorry, that inner kid part. Okay, so what I will have to do is, once these hands are dry, figure out a way to anchor it to the hands. Now let's continue to work on the arm. We've decided that the arm is going to come down here. So I'll need to put this in. And we'll probably put the arm about right there. So I'm going to mark that. For the next. I think that's where I want the arm. Yep, that's where I want the arm. Okay. All right, so I've got the arm. I went ahead and I took the dowel. I put a little bit of this, and I went ahead and stuck this in there. Got my glove on. Got my door to the doghouse open. I'm going to take some of the True Blue by Krylon. If you can find a good paint that will not harm foam and plastic and that, great. I've tried this with the craft paint, and it doesn't hold. So you have to really, unless you've got a blue noodle that's the same blue that you want to use and paint everything else, or whatever color, if you got to change the color, you're gonna have to find a spray paint that'll work on plastic. So here we go. I guess it'll work on foam, not plastic. All right. I did test this out ahead of time just to make sure, and I'm good. So that would have been a disaster if I had tried one that just ate the noodle, but no, this did not eat the noodle. But you need to make sure I get good coverage, so I'll have to come back and give it a second coat. All right, so we've got this arm in place. put a little glue on the dowel. A little of the, yeah. Yeah, the one glue I was using, now I've had a brain fart, and the low temp glue I used on the pool noodle itself right here towards the bottom, but the rest of this is the other heavier duty glue, because this hand's going to be holding that ray gun. This one isn't going to have to bear any weight, so it's just got a dowel in it. Went ahead and glued it in the hole, and I went ahead and put his hand on. So now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to prep him and paint him. Okie dokie, so we've got him taped up, and I'm going to go ahead and spray him, and shouldn't take too long. All right, let's take a look at his cute little... Yeah, sorry, I had to do that. Okay, so I've gone ahead, I put it in his hand, and I took a white pipe cleaner, and I attached it here, went behind the trigger, came around this finger right here, just all the way around it, down to this bottom finger, went around that, came underneath, over, and tied it off right here. So that way his fingers look like they are holding the ray gun. Then I went ahead and took some of the low temp hot glue, put a little bit back here, put a little bit back here, put that into place, put a little drop of it right here to hold the pipe cleaner in place. You see his fingers still move a little bit, but that ray gun's not going anywhere. Okay, so we'll get this glued to his hand, and we'll be using the Gorilla Glue. Yes, I remember what it's called, even though I've blacked it out. The Gorilla Glue, I'll be using that to glue this to his hand and allowing that to dry overnight. Now for the eyes. The eyes have it. This is just some scrap styrene that I've got laying around. You could use a bunch of different things. You could even buy like a little wooden, tag or plaque or something. But this I can make whatever shape I want. So I'm going to go ahead and draw out kind of an oval like that. And I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut this out. And now, probably close this up. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut. I'll just use this pair of scissors. I could do it a bunch of other ways, but I'm choosing to do it with my scissors. See how I feel about that. Not too bad. I take my file and just clean it up a bit. Try to get a little better oval. Clean up the edges. Okay, that's ready to paint. Now I'm going to spray paint it with black. Just a black spray paint. And we'll go ahead and put this on another piece of plastic here. voila, we'll cut that one out. Okay, next. All right, so now I am going to take a lighter blue, which this one's called Mediterranean blue. Put some out there. Grab our little alien. And what we're going to do is we're going to paint his shoes. Part of his shoes, at least. So, I don't know, I just, having them all one color was just more than I could bear. So I thought what we'll do is kind of the soles of it, the soles of the shoes, if you will, or boots, whatever you want to, whatever a spaceman's got. We're going to paint those this lighter blue. And with that routed edge on the wood, it lends itself perfectly for this. All right, we're back to paint the white in the eyes. I've got the black is dried, and that was just some Krylon 2X semi-gloss black. A lot of different whites I have to use. I'm going to try this one out first, the white primer from Mission Models. See if this will work. Now for his little eyeballs, I'm just going to do some round shapes. One there. One there. I'll try and get them as filled in as I can. And there we go. They'll look a whole lot better once they get on him. So, all right, we're gonna have to change the angle here a little bit because he's getting big now that he's all put together. So I'm gonna have to hold him on my lap. While we put the green on. So if I do more of these next year, what I will probably do ahead of time is get some latex house paint, like exterior house paint, in a small can and try that as far as the paint goes. I don't think this craft paint's going to hold up well. I know that craft paint won't hold up on the pool noodles, so you know, we'll try this for now. Pretty sure it's going to get us by okay on the pumpkin, but I want something that's going to last for years and years and I don't have to worry about it in the elements. So All right, so I am going to have to touch up the green just a little bit, but here we've put his eyes on. Just some low temp hot glue. And we got those stuck on there, and he's good.